Yeah, more likes. Yeah, more likes. More likes. Yeah, more likes. More likes.
Hi. If you stuck with this show and all the filler episodes that aren't really filler and you're still watching this show, I am so proud of you because this show, I don't know what's going on with this season, y'all. It's something happened. Something happened, I think, after episode 2. I'm not sure what. I do have something to talk about at the end. I have multiple things. I'm going to give my thoughts on BUMSUP, but I'm also going to give my thoughts on why I think Motiv Crew isn't doing as well as they should be. As a warning, yeah, I'm going to get into politics, but nothing too, divisive. Some people be saying divisive, but I say divisive. And I promise, I'm gonna stop talking about Saweetie's Wi-Fi after this video. I promise. I promise.
저 노제 아니고 아이키. 밑에 자막에 아이키라고 적어줘요. 노제 아니니까. 노제 너 긴장해. 노제 너. 맨날 나.
I think now use your mouths more. AG Squad girls are. There is no definition of queen.
아니 K-pop 쓰러졌어.
I love that.
아 K-pop 쓰러졌어. I like this.
Shake your body, show me how to kill it.
Yeah, it was good.
I think ours is still more impactful.
モチーフとしてはめっちゃ新しいことやってるやん。でもこのスタイルは別にどこにでもある。撮り方的にはさ、それこそもうなんかロイヤルファミリーとかエイジスカットって感じのいつものモチーフの感じがハマるならマジ今回。
이전에 한 미션이 반응이 또 너무 좋았었고 혹시라도 그 기대치에 저희가 못 미쳐서
Personally, really enjoyed watching it. I'm impressed. I like it. Go BUMSUP.
It was a bit flat. Yeah, it was just flat.
There's no exciting moment.
Yeah.
Is this? And they have ties. Yes! I was like copycats.
빨간 머리 언니는 진짜 실망시키진 않네. 정말. 멋있다, 멋있다.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
The chairs only being used in the beginning and then not being used at all after
Yeah.
is potential missed opportunity. So I thought the chairs were kind of a fall there.
いつもの AG でパワフルでクオリティの高いまとまった作品だった。Messy.
They are messy, you're right. You can't see what's happening. They're just always so messy.
She makes the other dancers not look good.
Maybe they're saying she's the queen. Like, because she's the highlight.
Her backup dancer, she looks like Beyonce, and the rest are
Yeah, more likes. More likes. Yeah, more likes. More likes.
No, we can give it a moment. We get second pick. We give them the last section. Don't be like, they might take it.
Make no reactions. Make no reactions.
Hey, hey.
What? Ruined queens.
Oh.
Ruined queens? The word ruined is killing me.
Even the theme and the picture and the song, it's giving US. I'm Aussie.
뭔가 조금 많이 붙여야 돼.
But submission 3, we can just reinvent ourselves again and do something different.
음원과 컨셉을 공개하겠습니다. 히든 구간의 컨셉은 플래시 아이덴티티.
The glossy skin.
헤어스타일이 말린님.
진짜 뭐 모르는 얘기 하신다.
Have the Thizzle dance, which is a movement that came from the Bay Area, jerking, locking, which is a street style that originated in LA, movement that honored the West Coast.
좋았습니다. 진짜 좋았습니다. 어때요? 하이센스です. 하이센스. 간다. 언니가 이 잠깐에 맡아지는 그 센터의 어떤 경각심.
아무도 보지 마요.
意識しました。重たいカメラ、とてもプロフェッショナルなカメラではできない。スピード感、すぐに音に合わせて一瞬。それについてこれるのが本当に携帯のカメラだけです。
There was tape on the floor and I would get stuck on the tape. I just can't slide with this tape.
Yeah. 따라하고 싶은 메시지가 수우파 원 때 트로피를 챙겨왔거든요. 특별 출연 수우파 원 때.
아, 80년대 후반의 스트로브 라이트, 그 브레이크 비트의 그 브레이크 동작, 이게 하나의 세트이기 때문에
월드 오브 수파의 배틀을 펼치 승리입니다.
She was marking her mega crew mission. 동영상에도 했는데.
It felt kind of head to head that one.
Okay, 제발.
Okay.
저는 로건의 영상을 정말 많이 필독을 했어요.
Never did me. Listen, on anybody. And I think I need to do one, and I can do one on you.
붙을 것 같아가지고 그때는 좀 제가 많이 맞춰주고.
And let's talk about your husband with his cheating.
So what about your lesbian relationship, bitch?
음악에 어울리는 형태의 부분은 아니었어요.
음악의 무드에 맞는 퍼포먼스를 해야 된다고 느꼈어요.
And walking, from my side, you was too much in your comfort zone.
Interesting role, but you know.
여전히 견딘다는 거는 진짜 저는 진짜 상상도 안 되는 저는 2번 못할 것 같아요.
I get. I'm gonna do the tick still.
좋습니다. 감사합니다.
What happened to this season, y'all? Like, at first I was joking about the budget. Really, at first I was joking saying they spent all their money on drones. And now I'm like, did they? Because the highlighted singer this season being Saweetie through a laptop and no music video. What happened to Cold Hearted? What happened to Taste Like Chili? And we didn't have no Hey Mama. We didn't have no Smoke You Up. Like, woof. I feel like I'm still ranting about last episode, but the last episode pretty much is representative of the rest of this season, and it fell. It fell hard. The past 2 episodes were not technically filler, but they felt like filler. My God. And where are the theatrics? There's no Okay, I know the dance, it should speak for itself, and you don't need theatrics. You don't need money. You really don't need money to highlight and showcase your dancing skill. But what you do need is money to hire like camera people and editors, and you would hope that they would do their job of highlighting the dancing, but sometimes they don't. A lot of times they don't. The editing this season has been bizarre, and a lot of dancing has been cut in place of product placement. My God, mnet, how did you fumble this so hard? Like, okay, I'm still stuck on how we had dance music video for the Jessie song and the Wassa song, and Saweetie knows how to green screen herself into music video. She be doing that all the time. I think maybe her Wi-Fi was bad. Maybe she needed to go to like Starbucks or something. I don't know. Something wasn't right. Now, this episode that I called filler, which was actually a challenge, was a queen challenge or a woman challenge. I was very confused. I was lost. I was trying to keep up when the episode just popped us into this mission, and I'm like, oh wait, what was the mission again? Like, we're going for parts, and the gag is, after all of that, I can't even remember who got the main section. I can't even remember what sections they were fighting for, and I really didn't understand the briefing of being a woman or a queen. Like, what is it? And they all were like, we're all women, so let's just go out there and be women, and we did it. We're women. I would love it if they brought the men of women. I forgot what they call it. Men of women dance mission. I love that, but it did expose a lot of homophobia up in yeah. And I'm sorry, whenever they're competing for a special prize, do they even win points? Like, they were competing this episode for that highlight section, the seizure section, which I don't understand. The highlight section this episode was literally just JYP flickering the lights on and off in the studio. Like, what? I don't know. And what was their reward other than we got to see their highlight section, but we got to see everybody else's highlight section too. I don't know. Now, I do want to get into the lack of support for Motiv, and I don't actually think they have a lack of support. It's just that they have a lack of views. And in my head, I'm really trying to go over what is it that's not really connecting with viewers in Motiv. Like, I think their Mega Crew mission, I think that still has a chance to go viral, like, apart from the show, honestly. Now, I don't have specific stats, but I'm pretty sure Motiv Crew had the least screen time. Like, and then some of their members barely got any screen time. They pretty much only focused on the same 2 or 3 people, which they were with Ojo at the beginning, but they ended up focusing more on their other members. Motiv, not so much. And because of this lack of screen time, I can't really tell you if they had any plot line. Did they have a storyline? And they didn't really have a rival. Rivalry is important. Like, Japan had their rivalry. Royal Family had theirs. Maybe, okay, I do. Motiv's rival was mnet's editors. But I'm like, did the show portray Motiv as having a journey? I wouldn't say that they had a journey, because they kind of came in the show, I'm not going to use the word perfect as in perfection, but they kind of came into the show not really needing to grow that much. But I would say they did. And they didn't focus on that, because seeing them do that K-pop choreo tonight, I'm like, they are growing. They're learning, they're listening. Why is mnet not highlighting that? Why are they not focusing on that? I do also wonder, because Marley, at the very beginning, very episode, has made her intentionalities very upfront and clear about what Motiv Group is. It's a hip-hop dance group. She's also made it clear the history of hip-hop and where it comes from and why it's important and why it's necessary necessary. And I just love that all the other dancers on the show, they get it, they respect it. Doesn't mean that they're not going to appropriate it. Like, that's a whole other topic. But being so deeply connected with hip hop is also being deeply connected with racial issues. And racial issues, you know, that gets very touchy for people. And if we're being honest, World of Street Woman Fighter, oh, I got the name right. That's the first time I feel like I've said it. I fully got it right. Really skirts a really fine line of politics. And I'm not even joking, because when you get into dance and people who are really intentional with their dance, like every single dance crew on this show, they're going to get deep. And they're going to get deep into something social sometimes. And the show really has to find a way to make sure that their audiences aren't getting uncomfortable, their audiences aren't getting alienated, but also making sure that their audiences are happy that some things are being said and brought to light. Also, honestly, keeping into politics and current events, most of Southeast Asia right now is probably not really that happy with America. So I could see them not really, and literally Korea with just like last week, more tariffs put on them. I mean, and I get their sentiment, listen, but that doesn't mean we have to take out Motiv. It's not their fault. I'm literally shaking my head because the group has made it clear what they stand for. And it's actually kind of sad to me, because Marley said multiple times the root of hip hop dance, and it comes from just a really shallow interpretation just for this. Being a minority who's being aggressively targeted by society. And it's just kind of sad to see that form of expression that was needed by a community decades ago is needed yet again. Mnet, I talk a lot of shit about you, but I am happy that they're allowing their groups to kind of touch on politics, social issues. And I speak of that fine line because that woman queen thing, that could have been a social issue too, especially in Korea. I don't know why that popped into my head, but going back to Marley and just the way that she framed their mega crew mission in such an optimistic, universal, and encompassing manner, which I admire, believe, I see, it's real, it happens. The Motiv girls on social media are so freaking nice. They're so optimistic. I know that they can't let viewer count bother them. A few weeks ago, I did bring up a comment that someone said that Motiv was the most diverse crew up in there, which I'm wondering, do we see remnants of that in their lack of views? I don't know. I'm not really sure at this point, because I think Mnet with the visuals of different shades and colors and stuff, they did a great job. Early on, I said BUMSUP. I felt like BUMSUP was going to be like the first out, but I knew that they wouldn't let them be the first out, so I thought they'd be the second out. Never really thought they would win. I mean, I felt like they used BUMSUP as like the group to draw people in because, you know, vets. We love a vet. Their chemistry is great, but you could tell that that's not a real group, that they don't usually work together. And you could tell that because they kind of always put the same people out to dance. But anyway, I think BUMSUP did an amazing job on the show. They proved themselves, not that they really needed to, but what BUMSUP did prove is resilience, because they were the butt of the joke for the first half of the season. Aki was the butt of the joke for the first half of the season, but we also had moms on that team. We have Monica. Monica finally came back just to cut them out. I am sad to see BUMSUP go, but I think I'm more sad to see BUMSUP go because I just like their characters in their group. I like the members. I call them characters, but you know what I mean. And Leah Kim ate at the end with that one vote for BUMSUP. I said, go Leah Kim. She came back to this show as a judge. She saw it was not any better. And then she saw JYP sitting there and she said, bitch, I'm not coming back.